ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No.
I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
Hey nerds, don't go anywhere because today we have a really amazing treat for you guys. We're going to be the first channel in Europe reviewing the amazing Darth Plagueis lightsaber spear. This is the first Profi lightsaber spear ever, and we're going to be checking it out today here in the Fellowship of the Nerds.
May the Force be with you, Padawan.
Welcome back, nerds. It is my pleasure to be welcoming you back to the Fellowship of the Nerds. I am your host, as always, Luke Skywalker, and today I have a really amazing treat for you guys. We're going to be checking out, for the first time in Europe, the amazing lightsaber spear. And this is the world's first lightsaber Profi spear ever. And this is one that belongs to none other than the amazing Darth Plagueis the Wise, because this is the tragedy by Korvath. This is an exclusive of theirs. Nobody else has this thing, and of course he knew that it had to come from Korvath if it was going to be something this mind-blowing. So let's unbox this bad boy, because I guarantee you that you're not prepared to check out how amazing and how cool and how intriguing this lightsaber is. Now we have to begin by giving massive amount of praise to Korvath, because even, I mean, look at this. Even the box is already a masterpiece. It's really, really impressive. Inside this box, we're going to find the amazing spear, or lightsaber, a connector with also some ventilation, and our tools that we're going to need. Chassis is already pre-installed, and even though it doesn't come with a blade block, we've been able to use one of our own, and it's absolutely fantastic. As long as you have a blade block that has some, in my opinion, some silver and gold, you're going to be great. So it's absolutely great. But this is phenomenal. The presentation is absolutely premium, like they always are with Korvath, but whenever they get these design boxes with the concept art, I think it's phenomenal. And here it is, nerds. The amazing lightsaber. This is the lightsaber configuration. This has two configurations, the lightsaber and the spear configuration. I'm going to show you first the lightsaber bit, just to show you a little bit more of a close-up detail of how amazing this thing is. You get three retention screws right here. Very, very nice. You get a 2-button setting. You have all of these accents that are silver and gold with some curvature, and here are the vents for speaker. These curvatures really remind me of certain someone you might know, The Apprentice. Look at that. Look at that thing. The Apprentice. This is Darth Sidious's lightsaber, and this is Darth Plagueis. It's sort of, you know what? Now that I say this and knowing that this becomes a spear, it sort of makes this lightsaber design even more relevant. Because if you think about it, we know from canon that Darth Plagueis really hated lightsabers. He thought Sith should be able to do everything that they had to do just through sheer power of the Force, and not necessarily the usage of a lightsaber. But he was a master swordsman, and he had this. This was a bit of a mockery of the Jedi, with all the accents in gold and you know, really the, I'm going to say, the ostentatiousness of it. It was like sort of a mockery to the Jedi. And when you see Darth Plagueis, you kind of thinking, I get where this came from, because he's also kind of, sticking it to his master by saying, okay, you have this gigantic thing. Granted, Darth Plagueis was a very tall individual, at least according to the description, but it's kind of like saying, okay, you have all this power, this thing long and huge and whatever. I'm gonna kick your behind with something this small, and it's gonna have some of your features, but I'm still gonna kick your behind. And I think it's kind of like, well, like George would say, it's like poetry because they rhyme. It sort of rhymes. Like if you really look at, I'm just really blown away by this. But let's focus on our Darth Plagueis. This has a couple of things. First of all, if you unscrew this, you read here your crystal chamber, your double speakers. But also, and you have to unscrew this, and where is it? And here, to be able to remove the chassis, to be able to turn on the kill switch. And then you have to reinsert it in the same way. If you don't reinsert it in the same way, essentially it's not going to go the way that's supposed to go. So there is that. So there's sort of no chance that you will get it wrong, because otherwise it won't work. But it is imperative that you unscrew to be able to access and then rescrew. It comes with this, which I think is genius. So if you have it in the lightsaber configuration, you can remove this little bit so you can get a little bit more of a exhaust port for the speaker sound to come out, which I think is fantastic. It's really well thought out. I'm not gonna lie. Now, this didn't come with a blade plug, but we're using this, and as you can see, if you're using something that has silver and gold accents, I think it fits perfectly with the lightsaber. So I think that's absolutely great. Now, let me show you what this looks like once you set it up in the spear configuration. But before we do that, I want to show you what the chassis looks like once you turn it on and you have your crystal there. It's absolutely fantastic. I think this looks absolutely incredible. And you can see here the details of not only reverse, but also reverse, which is the actual makers of the chat. This is absolutely astonishing, guys. There's one thing that you should know, and Randy, who's the owner of Corband, made it very, very clear to me when we were discussing this lightsaber, something that you really have to have in mind. Whenever you're accessing your battery, you want to really grab onto the chassis like this to remove it, because if you just grab and remove, there is a chance that this might break, and obviously you don't want that. So grab onto your chassis like this to remove the battery. Okay, and when you put it back on, again, you grab onto the chassis, you hold it there, I don't want to say tight, but like, securely, and then you insert your battery. It's just that there's no risk of damaging the chassis. Now, also, once you remove this, you need to remove this piece. So you get the little thing for the exhaust, but also this is a piece. So like this goes like this, and then you remove this piece to be able to assemble the spear. Now let me show you what this looks like as the whole spear put together. Here it is, nerds. Look at this amazing thing. It's incredible. This is absolutely incredible. This is so large that if I put it down here, you would still be able to catch it here on camera. This, once it has the blade on, you're talking about 6.5 feet in length. Ridiculous. This is in its spear configuration, which means that you'll definitely have to operate this with 2 hands. And spears are absolutely different weapons, and we'll see that once we go outside. But one thing that you have to have in mind is that if you don't want a spear, you can always just unscrew and you have the lightsaber. You just need to put the little pommel end there, but absolutely incredible. This is made by Reaver's Arsenal with Corband. And like I said at the beginning, this is an exclusive. There's no other lightsaber Profi spear out there. There was a lightsaber spear that was I can't remember if it was RGB or if it was Sino, but like this was like years and years ago. But there's no other spear Profi out there, so this is a world exclusive that Corband has Obviously, they've designed this with Reavers, so of course they'll be exclusive. And this is phenomenal. This is truly a piece of art. It's a masterpiece. I cannot tell you how grateful I am to Corvin for having sent this out and to have us be the first channel in Europe to review this, because this thing is ridiculously amazing. Now, having said all of that, let's take it outside. I'm going to show you what it looks like and the swing of it on both spear and lightsaber configuration. This has an exclusive sound font from Rivers Arsenal that they've just done exclusively for this lightsaber, exclusively for Corvin. You cannot buy this sound font or get it anywhere of Darth Plagueis the Wise. This thing is going to be amazing.
Darth Plagueis the Wise. Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Okay, that is absolutely amazing. It's really incredibly cool. Now that we brought it back inside, a couple of things that you have to have in mind is that this is using a Corvin blade, which are phenomenal. Corvin blades are some of the lightest and brightest in the market. They're absolutely worth every penny. So if you get one of these, be sure to get a Corvin blade, because you want to get this as regal and as elegant and as kick-ass as possible. So have that in mind. Now, this, like you would heard outside, this has Darth Plagueis sound font. So we're just gonna get out and just show you that again inside, and then I'm gonna walk you through all the sound font. It has a lot of sound fonts, so I'm gonna try and not bore you with them and just try to get them as quickly as possible. But this thing is impressive. Now, going back to our Darth Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Look at this thing. Tell me this thing is not absolutely cool. This is the weapon of an absolute Jedi master. This is impressive. It's a little bit on the quiet side, I'm not gonna lie, but I honestly don't mind it. I think this is absolutely amazing. Definitely the ignition and the turn off are the things that are most audible, but like absolutely. And the force effect is very, it's very subtle. Well, I'm guessing that a guy like Darth Plagueis, who essentially made his living the same way as Darth Sidious, of being in the shadows and being hidden, makes sense that his lightsaber would be quiet. Obviously, we're using this on the lightsaber configuration, because if I was using this on a spear, I wouldn't have enough space in here to be able to show you properly. So there is that. Now, let me show you all the rest of sound fonts that it has.
I want a pupil, an acolyte.
Obviously from the Acolyte, the Stranger.
I appreciate your courage, young warrior.
I have a bad feeling about this. Anakin will become a Jedi.
We all know that voice.
Two there are, a master and an apprentice. No more. civilized.
I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Master Yoda, you survived.
You are under arrest, my lord. Your swords, please. We don't want to make a mess of things in front of the Chancellor.
There's nothing for me here now. I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
This is absolutely astonishing, guys.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
I feel the Force.
But you cannot control it.
That's absolutely amazing. That's Empire Strikes Back. Sound fun. I love that quote.
I will not turn, and you'll be forced to kill me.
Return of the Jedi.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
And Return of the Jedi. Vader.
And when I kill you, I will have killed the last Jedi.
I think we all know that voice from that guy up there.
Rey Skywalker.
If it is won by creed in battle, it is said one warrior will defeat 20 and the multitudes will fall before it.
That's a really cool sound font for the Darksaber.
Destroy them. I'm an old friend of the family.
I'm Master Skywalker's Padawan.
Do or do not. There is no try. What is that really is?
Most of the time.
Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight.
This is different than being a soldier.
I've sacrificed too much to be met with silence.
Surely you are not so foolish as to make the same mistake.
I love that voice.
I have broken my chains.
I will kill you if I must, but I sense that you will not make that necessary.
It's amazing the amount of sound fonts that this has from like Old Republic games. It's really, really cool.
Hey, if you want to do business with the slug, it's none of my concern.
Revan never fell. The Dark Lord, Revan.
Revan, Jedi, and Sith.
Emotions like fear and anger lead to the dark side.
Your saber won't stop me.
The only thing left was the lightsaber.
Your demise draws nearer.
My mission is complete, Master. Then you are ready to stand with me against the Emperor.
Ooh, Star Killer.
I gotta say, I admire how you've kept your balance. You've got a good, strong spirit.
If they came to hear me beg, they will be disappointed.
Fire.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, he should possess the power of Thor.
Actually, now that I think about it, that's actually so cool because usually we're used to whenever we have a Thor sound font is usually the put the hammer down thing. I don't think I've ever heard sound font with Odin.
Eyes, lungs, pancreas. So many snacks, so little time.
Water.
And I know that's the last one of all of them. This is a truly impressive weapon. This is, again, this is a masterpiece that Corvin has done. There's only, in my mind, two cons to this lightsaber. One, the fact that, like I said, it doesn't have a blade plug. It doesn't come with a blade plug. But as long as you have a blade plug that is silver or gold, you know, that sort of stuff, it will go perfectly because it fits with the, you know, the finish of the hilt. And the other thing is the fact that if you want to go around the sound fonts, usually we're used to, you know, besides of gesture controls of like turning on and off with, you know, like doing this, we are used to being able to, if you want to go back and forth on sound fonts to like, you know, put it facing down and put it facing up. I haven't been able to do that with this lightsaber. Like you basically have to cycle through all of them if you want to go back to a previous one. I'm pretty sure that there has to be a way, but I haven't been able to find it. So if you do, please let me know in the comments. But that's really it when it comes to cons, folks. Like, and to be fair, if that's a con that's going to prevent you from getting this lightsaber, please don't, because I'm very pleased to tell you that you can get this lightsaber with an amazing 15% off with the discount code Fellowship. You can check it out on the description. You'll have a link to the lightsaber itself, and you'll be able to get the discount. And this is absolutely worth every penny. And it's not really high price, to be fair. Like, there are other lightsabers, like, for example, you know, Maul's Shadow Lord, that are much more expensive. And I think just on the basis of how original this lightsaber is, it's absolutely worth every penny. And there's not that much left stock in the website, so you do not want to miss one of these. You definitely want to get one of these. Thank you very much for Corbin for providing us with this discount code for all of you guys, because I think this is absolutely worth it. No questions asked whatsoever. That's really all that comes to cons. In pros, the fact that you have a lightsaber that has a dual configuration like this, that you can use as a lightsaber or as a spear, it's just mind-blowing, because I don't that's never happened. So, like, this is absolutely astonishing. The fact that it's from Darth Plagueis, which is, if you don't know, obviously you will know the lore of the character, but if you don't know, there hasn't really been an on-screen representation of this lightsaber, but there was a toy that was released of Darth Plagueis, and it came with this, and that's kind of what prompted Corbin to make the this lightsaber spear with that design. And do I think they made a mistake? Heck no. This is an absolutely cool weapon. This is absolutely cool design. It is, and I'll never tire of saying this, this is really a masterpiece. So this is one that you want to have. So by all means, this is 100% recommended from the Fellowship of the Nerds. So go get yourself one with the discount code. And that is our review, nerds. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope that you find that useful. I hope that you pick one of these up, because they're truly worth it. And I don't think that I'm making any ambiguous comment here when I say, if you're a true Star Wars fan, you want to get Darth Plagueis the Tragedy lightsaber, because it's really phenomenal. And again, just on how original it is, just on that basis alone, is already worth it. But I mean, you're never going to get something like this. I don't want to say ever, because I have no idea what's coming when it comes to, you know, say Ahsoka Season 2, or Mandalorian Grogu, we'll see new lightsabers. We don't know. But something this original, at least as of today when we're filming this video, there's nothing out there. So do yourself a favor and check this out and get it. You'll definitely not regret it. So I hope that you find that useful, nerds. Let me know what you think in the comments. Will you be picking this one up? Say yes, because it's, like I said, that's absolutely worth every cent. And I hope that you've enjoyed that. If you're not a subscriber, please don't forget to subscribe. You can hit the little bell and all those shenanigans that everybody says on this. Just remember to subscribe so you'll be up to date with all the reviews that we do here in the Fellowship of the Nerds. And until the next time, nerds, remember, the Force will be with you always. Remember to live long and prosper, and may the odds be ever in your favor. I'll see you around, nerds.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.